Hello, my name is Ridho, and today I will show you my proposal about contrastive analysis between English adjective with suffix and Indonesian translation in novel The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. So let's begin in our first slide. One of the reasons I picked this study, the background is that because languages share some similarities. We know that Bahasa Indonesia and English are different, but we will be focusing in our native language, Bahasa Indonesia, and find the similarities and differences on English language. The first similarities that we might find is that English and Bahasa Indonesia utilize the passive and active voices. That means both languages using prefix for passive voices. In Bahasa Indonesia, we can find that many words use prefix "d", whereas in English, they use prefix "ed". These evidence are that both languages share some similar form words by attaching prefixes and suffixes. And furthermore, the structure of classifying words types are same, such as into nouns, verbs, adjective pronouns, and adverbs, and others. The usage of pronunciation punctuation marks such as commas, question marks, periods, parentheses are similar to each other. It can be noted that the arrangement of the sentences and paragraphs are same as well. However, these languages also have some differences. There are far more differences, and the one that's really distinct is that English has the time word for their words. For example, in verb two, they have past tenses and future tenses, whereas in Bahasa Indonesia, we don't have any indicator for past past things that we have done. And also, there are no articles in Bahasa Indonesia such as and the, and the contrastive such as are, wrong, and don't. Those are the background of the studies that I have chosen for this study. Let's move on to the next slide. The limitation of the study. The limitation of the study is because we will be focusing on three things. The first one is the similarities on both language, especially with adjective with suffixes. As I said before, suffixes from both languages added in order to modify their words. Well, in the second one is focusing on differences on both languages, especially adjective with suffix. The differences probably the lexical core meaning, but we will be diving into deep more how it is different than the others. And the lastly is that predicting translating problem. This is probably common when we are going to translate from one source language into the target language. The next slide is the research question. The first question is, what are the similarities we will find out during the study of this research? The second one is, what are the differences we will be finding out the differences and put all them all in the table or data and shows how it is different. Lastly, we need to go into how do we predict the translating problem? What kind of problem we will find during translating these similarities and differences from English and Bahasa Indonesia. On to the next slide. The objective of the research. The first one is to find out the similarities adjective with suffix on both language, to find out the differences adjective with suffix on both language as well, and lastly is to predict the translating problem. Those are the objective of this research. So we'll be focusing to find out the similarities and to find out the differences and also predicting the problems. The next slide is how significant of the study. The researchers write for thesis and might do further for more researches. I hope my study will become useful and the result may be useful for the others. Readers may also receive from benefits. I hope that someone that read on my research paper will be having some new knowledge about things, and the result will be contributing for the academic institution. And that's all I have to say for my proposal today. Thank you for listening to me and have a good one. Thank you.